Hello and welcome to the Manpower Group Lab here at Vivatech. Climate change and issues affecting the environment have never been more important than they are today, and businesses have a role to play in setting the example, as we know. More and more digital tools and tech are helping businesses to adopt more sustainable practices. So, Manpower Group set out its Great Realization Challenges. Out of 173 candidates, 20 startups were selected, and this week we're hearing from all of them. In today's Startup Challenge, we're going to hear from 2 startups, not 3, who are using tech to promote sustainability for all. So today we'll be hearing from Mão Bas from France, Avob, also from France, and Ecos will be coming to us tomorrow at 12:45, so you can check them out tomorrow. We have an international jury this year, 13 judges from around the world. They will be putting in their votes ahead of our awards ceremony tomorrow. So, without further ado, let's hear about our startups. We have Maxime Marchand from Mão Bas. Hello, welcome.
Hello everyone. Thank you, and I'm very happy to be here. I suggest we do something a bit interactive, if that's okay. We've been all day very intense, so I will ask you 2 questions. One is, the person in the audience, if you believe that all of companies should consider social and environmental impact in their roadmap, please raise your hand. Okay, and now second question, keep it raised if you know concretely what is done in your company in terms of CSR. All right, I know the person in charge of CSR in the company, Ruth, might be quite influential in the audience. If I had not the chance to have the CSR director in the audience, we would have only 29% of the hands that we raised. So that's what we tackle here in Mão Bas. We make the CSR policy that is so strategic. We make it very concrete at each and every level in the organization. So we developed a platform that is called Mão Bas, and that has 3 main pillars. Pillar number 1, for the ones, the 29% of the people that would have raised their hand, we help them to get informed. So how we make them informed, we produce content. I'm sorry for the question mark, there should be an icon there. So how we make them understand better what is climate and social change, we produce content with partners to make it the more accessible. So we produce podcasts, videos, infography, articles, so that we make it easy to understand what is climate change, green IT, plastic at work, and so on. We also help, or we allow the company to take place into this news feed so that they can share what they do at the corporate level in terms of CSR. Second pillar is to make each and everyone act a part of the plan in the company. So we developed 80 actions on the 17 SDGs so that people can concretely be part of the CSR plan of the company. So there we have actions on green IT, and like the Cloud Cleanup Day, we can also assess our own carbon footprint. When we have a company that is dedicated and involved in carbon, we can allow each and everyone in the organization to assess his carbon footprint. And third, we can, because we make sure that each and every action has a CO2 impact, we allow the employee to know how much CO2 he avoided. So he can see on a day-to-day basis how much impact he avoided while concreting the action, and we make it very concrete because not everyone knows what is CO2 and what is the equivalent. So we convert it into kilometers, into the emission of CO2 to produce a gene, so that it is very concrete at the employee level. So the employee can know how much CO2 he avoided and what has been avoided by the whole collective, the whole employees with him in the program. And our last pillar, if it's an option, it's optional, we can also allow our clients to define a budget that is deblocked by the employees while concreting action. Concretely, the company can allow a budget of 10,000 euros, for example, and those 10,000 euros will be deblocked while the users do action in the platform. Each action equals points, and those tokens are transformed into money for the NGO that will be supported by the company. While doing so, the user, and that wouldn't have raised his hand, from something that can be a bit not very clear, we make it very tangible and concrete where it can be part of it. And as of today, we work internationally. It's a web app and a mobile application. We work internationally. We are now deployed in 87 countries. We work with big corporations like Siemens CGM. We will deploy our solution for the French Minister of Finance in October. It's more than 25,000 actions that have been concreted in our platform by our users, so employees of our clients. And it is now 60 tons of CO2 that have been avoided by our users, and more than 200,000 Ks that have been collected, funded for the Fondation Good Planet, for WWF, for example, or with this gamification that we put in place. Thank you very much for your attention, and well, we've been very active, and so keep it on. Bravo, Ruth, for your actions you do at Mão Bas, so that everyone can raise their hand. But if no one can, if you want to make every hand raised, please contact us. We'll be happy to help you.
Thanks very much, Mão Bas. Now we're going to bring Avob to the stage. Come on up. You guys can switch. That is fair play here. So now we have Olivier Sudan. Sudan. Did I get it right? With the U. Let's hear your pitch. You're from Avob.
So good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Manpower and Express for inviting us at Vivatech and for showcasing our solution to decrease the CO2 footprint of your IT network. So talking about green IT, many people tend to focus their attention on the central piece, meaning the servers, the application, the cloud, whereas a big portion of the impact comes from the end user equipment, meaning the PCs, the screen, and so forth, which has been drastically increased during the last 2 years, during the COVID pandemic, where we have seen a drastic spread of external screens and so forth. This consumption can be up to 20% of the general consumption of the office building, and also is growing by 10% a year according to the latest studies. One has to understand as well that most of the consumption of the equipment come as well when people are not in front of their PCs, because their PCs are being blocked by other applications, and also many organizations do not have in place any action plan, concrete and simple action plans. Last but not least, we work with companies who do not have a concrete and detailed inventories of their equipment, and therefore it's very difficult to manage. So what we have developed is a solution based on two aspects. We have a local piece of software called an agent being deployed on every PC, which is going to monitor the different activities on the PC, bring all the details of the equipment, and communicate upstream to the SaaS platform, which is going to perform analytics, transform these data into useful information, and especially bring down to the local equipment activities to reduce the consumption and the application. So based on real case, this is a real case of the customer, you see here the green curve being all the PCs being on but not used, versus the red curve, which is the PCs being really used by the people. And therefore the solution is aiming at bringing down the two curves close to each other, and where we can generate quite substantial savings. So in average, we bring 40 to 50% of savings to our customers just on this usage part. Of course, we also... Doesn't work? Yes. We also work with our customers on the lifetime extension of the different equipment, because we know that a big portion of the CO2 impact comes from the manufacturing or the recycling of the equipment. So when you have a PC which is supposed to be automatically renewed every 3 years or 4 years, we can give either the purchasing department or the CIO all the detailed measurements of the PCs which should not be renewed, and on the contrary, which can be extended 1 more year, 2 more years, and that's a drastic impact in terms of IT spendings and seen to impact overall of the company. We also provide a local widget, which is a small tool which is available for the end user to be able to give back to this end user the benefits of what their team or their group or the company has been doing, in terms of equivalent of CO2, of trees being avoided or kilometers being avoided. And we have as well the capability to send messages to the groups, because we know that the most efficient programs can only be done involving as much as possible the users. So we can set up, for example, small contests between the different groups, the different parts of the company, and especially involve them in this program. In a nutshell, so we provide 40 to 50% of optimization on the usage part and 20 to 30% on the lifetime extension, overall bringing substantial savings to our customers, which are, you have a number of customers here which are mainly large groups, being public or private companies. We've been running and deploying the solution for quite some years. We have more than 250,000 licenses being deployed. We have also recently been acknowledged as one of the 2 most efficient solutions by Microsoft in terms of window-based management, and we won as well a number of awards. So now to sum up, what is important to do and to retain from this presentation is, either for you, Manpower, Experis, or for your own customers, or maybe for the audience, is to start now by something which is very easy to install, very easy to use, bringing tangible results, and which can be part of an overall plan for your own ESG program. So we are here, just here behind the corner, and we'll be very happy. We have met already with some of the people, but we'll be very happy to give you more information about the solution. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. That was Avob. And as I mentioned, Ecos will come tomorrow instead of today at 12:45, so you can catch them then. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of our Startup Challenge for the day. Have a great day.